morning, everybody. Welcome to this week's How To Tuesday. Okay, today we are going to play with pastels. Pastels. I have charcoal, I have vine charcoal, I have compressed stick charcoal, I have my black and white generals charcoal pencil, blending stump. I also have my newly discovered, had forever, rediscovered, not newly discovered, rediscovered peel and stick charcoal pencil by General Pencil. Like I said, some vine pieces, and then I grab my little brush if I want to blend it out a little bit. I also have, I have not played with this in a really long time. This is General's compressed pastel charcoal, pastel chalk. I liked it because I like the sepia. I like all the skin tones here. So I'm going to do a compilation, I believe, of some of this, and some charcoal. It could end up being just charcoal if I'm feeling the vibe. It could just be that, because I'm kind of feeling just charcoal right now. But I also really like all the other stuff too. And you know, I always say I start with one thing and then I end up with a ton of colors. So possibility is very strong. I also have my Latour Sennelier Fixative. This is what I use. If I do, I've had this question a lot lately. If I do just a little bit of charcoal or charcoal or pastel, I don't do this. If I do a lot, then I do this. A little bit, you just handle it carefully and you're okay. It doesn't need to be completely saturated, because a lot of people lately, I've had a few classes now that they're taking it and they're working with the pastels and they seal it. Now they're not using this sealer, but they seal it, and it, which is a problem with sealers if you don't have the right one, is that it like dilutes the color. You know, it's all beautiful and vibrant, and then you put the sealer on it and it dilutes the color. So you have to be careful with what you're using. One, the substrate you're working on, and two, the sealer that you're using. It does make a difference. This is meant for pastel. It's a pastel fixative, and it's the best one I found so far. Is it 100%? No. Is it close? Pretty darn close? Yes. I do a couple coats, usually 2, sometimes 3, depending on how much I have. But like I said, if it's just a little bit here and there, I don't do a ton. Like last week's lesson, I didn't have a bunch of pastel in it. It was mostly inks and watercolor and stuff. I didn't do any sealing on that because it wasn't a lot. This one might be heavier, so then I will seal it. But it just depends. It just depends on what it is. But I wanted to address that because I keep getting asked this question, and it bums me out when I see, it used to bum me out until I found this, when it would change and just, you know, lessen the color. It would just dilute it kind of, and so it was just kind of like, you had this really, wow, this is super vibrant piece, and then you seal it and it goes away. So it's really disheartening because you spend a lot of time on something and then you watch it just disappear as you spray it when you're doing the right thing for it. So I wanted to address that. You need to make sure it's a pastel fixative, and a little bit. If you do a little, you don't need a lot, or any. If you do a lot, then definitely seal. I also have this little friend here. I'm going to use this to pick up any dust. I'll attach a link to it. I can't remember what this is other than just a little, it's actually meant for crumbs, like crumbs on a table. It's a crumb vacuum basically, but it works beautifully for pastel. You don't do this, you just set it on top and you let it suck it up really fast. And then, like I said, I'll attach a link for this, and there's a whole plethora of them. You don't have to have Ladybug. There's a whole mess of different types. So, but I'll attach a link to this, and then it'll lead you into the rabbit hole of these, okay? And I'm using, these are my Stabilo Carpathello Chalk Pastel pencils. And I also have my mixed media Strathmore 184 pound substrate. I wasn't doing any wet medium. I still don't think I'm going to do any wet medium. I might change my mind and maybe grab like a watercolor. If I do, I'll just use my Pro Artist tape and tape this down really quick to my sticky, or no, my sheet here that I can't remember the name of it, that adhere, like nothing sticks to it at all. So we'll do that instead of putting it on a board and taking all the time to do that. And then my friend Debbie from my group, my Next Generation Art group, she found this Swordfish the Triple Pencil Sharpener. Can you guys see this? It's got 3 different holes, one for graphite, one for color, one for jumbo. I'm guessing, do I have any woodies out right now? I'm not sure if I have any woodies out. I don't think I do. I think I packed them up. But these are the Stabilo woodies would fit perfectly in here. This, I'm not sure what the color means. Maybe colored pencil, because sometimes colored pencils are different sizes. I don't know. But I did just sharpen my charcoal pencils in the graphite one, and it did great. Yeah, it gives a nice tip. Definitely gives it a nice tip. So nice. It's very nice, and it feels really smooth. So this is the Swordfish Triple. Oop, it's kind of dark, sorry. This is the package it came in. I believe this came from the UK because it took a really long time to get to me. It was and Debbie's in the UK. Debbie Thomas, she's in the UK, and she found this, loved it, and we're always on the search for a really good pencil sharpener. If you are new to my channel or are not part of my Next Generation art group on Facebook, we are constantly searching for the best pencil sharpener that doesn't, cost a gajillion dollars. We've been through the gambit, let me tell you, for sure. But she found this one, and so far, I dig it. So far, I dig it. So we'll see. Okay, so I think that's it. And you guys, drumroll please, I have to announce, I get to announce again, I do have a Patreon channel, and it is up and going, and it has been so much fun, and I have so many awesome ideas and things planned for our future. If you are so inclined and you're enjoying my How To Tuesdays and you like my creative content, please check it out. I will put the link for it in the description box beneath this video. All right, you guys, also really quick, like and subscribe to this page if you are enjoying How To Tuesdays. You get the next, click that bell so you get the next time I drop a video. And finally, if you would, please, if you're interested, join my Next Generation Art Facebook group. It's a group and a community of so many incredibly talented people. It's just growing and growing, and the talents that I see constantly, the imagination, the kindness, the generosity, the support, it's just a phenomenal page. It's my happy place. It's my family. It's my second family. So I would love for you guys to check it out. The link will also be in the description box beneath this video. Okay, guys, thank you so much for being here. Let's get started. you guys, I finished. See, color. That was very cool. It was something I've not done before. I mean, the features alone are different than my normal. I wanted to mix it up a little. I wanted to play a little bit more. Not to say that I won't go back to my regular abstract-y style because I love those eyes. But yeah, this was cool, and on tone paper too. And then this white line, I thought, oh, why not? Let's add it. I used to do it all the time, gosh, years ago. And then, you know, things change. Yeah. You guys, this was so much fun, and just, I don't know, you know how I love my mark making. I just can't help myself. I just can't help it. And it's just so free. So, and you saw that I also used, did I grab something new? I grabbed my Tombow Mononoke eraser. And then this, I want you guys to hear this. It's not super loud. It goes quick, and it's just a little bit, so you don't blow it up into the air. As much as awesome as pastels are, as awesome as pastels can be, I mean, you guys are learning that firsthand. It's not the greatest to blow them up in the air, or to blow them, because then they circulate in the air. And I don't mind. Like, I was going for like a loose, sketchy look here. Okay, really quick. I use these. That's what I was thinking about while I was working. These compressed General's pastel chalk sticks. These don't go so great over them. They go a little bit, but they're not super smooth. It doesn't, like here you can see where I didn't have any, went on pretty decent. Here where I went over a little, it kind of catches, so it's not super great. You can see a little bit, but it's not, it doesn't slide very well. It's not a good combo. So if you plan on working with both, just keep that in mind, so that when you do start to add your these Carbon chalk pastel pencils, that you do it first maybe, or only, as opposed to both. Or make sure that you leave some space, like leave some substrate showing, so that when you go in with this, you have the room to do that. Because you have, like, if you got the Carbon chalk pastel pencils, you'll have some skin tones in there, or at least one. I think there's maybe two, if you got, depending on what set you got. You can throw that skin tone in first, and some of the other, see, that's the one thing about Carpatellas. There weren't a ton of skin tones, so I have, these are the Pit Pastels. I have a bunch of Pit Pastels. Actually, I started with Pit Pastels first, and their color selections, I grabbed just a bunch of skin tones at the time, a variety of them. There's a few more in here. That's how I tested. When I first started with chalk pastel pencils, it was these, and it was skin tone colors with a couple like earthy green and I think some different color greens, and maybe a turquoise or something, or a teal in there. And this is where my love affair started. And then these were a little bit more pricey, so then I tried the Carbatellos, and I was like, oh, and they had a lot more bright color choices, and I love the bright colors, so that's where we went with them. That's how they ended up becoming my obsession. So anyways, before I just doodle this to death, that was that. Just keep in mind that if you're going to use these, the General's chalk pastel, you do, and these together, you leave some space for these to work on top of, okay? All right, you guys, thank you so much. You know, it'd be really cool to put like a quote here, like a really fun font quote here. I like it. Okay, thanks guys. I will see you next week.